here, 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 now, enter.
Appendix Gimel. The Illuminati Theory of History. And to this day, the proverb is still repeated from the Danube to the Rhine. It is dangerous to talk too much about the Illuminati. Von Junst, unausprechlichen Kulten. Theoretically, an age of bureaucracy can last until a paper shortage develops, but in practice, it never lasts longer than 73 permutations.
Here we are once again, you and me, my friend. What are we going to do while we're doing this?
All my life I've been searching for something. Something never comes, never leads to nothing. Nothing satisfies, but I'm getting close. Closer to the prize at the end of the rope.
You all know there's a revolution coming, and it's coming fast. It's just right around the corner now.
I look around and look for really meaningful signs that we're about to really change. I don't see it right now.
The Indians send signals from the rocks above the pass. The cowboys take position in the bushes and the grass.
Bonjour, Anin, NeSe, Indigene, Kaz, Anishinabwem, Minawa, Kevin Richard Shores, Indigene, Kaz, Shaganashi Moog, Makwa Nindunde, Minawa, Nindo Gichida, Gawababi Danika, Gendun Jiba, Minawa, Moorhead, Minnesota, Nunguminde, Chi Miigwech, Gitchimanadu, Ape Gish, Bima Dezi Wewian. Hello and hi. It is me, just babbling on in Babylon.
Making a noise in this world. Making a noise in this world. You can bet your ass I won't go quietly. Making a noise.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life, it means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. The afterworld. A world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night.
This country is now under the control of secret society members who are self-avowed globalists. They do not want nation states. They do not want sovereign boundaries. They want a borderless world of nothing but free trade zones, okay? And that's why, and once you understand who these people are, what they want, and what their game plan is, it all falls into place. But otherwise, you're out there squabbling about liberal and conservative and Republican and Democrat and this, that, and the other thing, and you're distracted and you're divided, and these people are pushing their agenda right on through.
And
So here we are again, you and I, and everyone else.
Around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early
gray, separated by the classes, fashions and races. Hoping Mary Kay can hide their ugly faces. $1,000 suits won't fill your empty soul. Wanna be the big fish in a little fish bowl. Here we go, here's some truth, take it to the grave. The tie around your neck is a leash for a slave. I gave and I gave, I tried to save the world. I was met with grown men laughing like little girls. Now they're scared on their knees, I already said it. Bin Laden, CIA, but they quickly forget it, or they hardly believe it, even if they see it. You think September was bad? Shit, wait till they repeat it. Panic in the streets from a global recession, thinning out the herd with suicide and depression.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I've got to beware. I think it's time we stop.
Gentlemen, you must control your killing instinct.
Intruder, alert, 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 intruder, alert.
Is it all?
I can't get these memories out of my mind.
Is it all just?
Some kind of madness.
Yes, we're living in the last days and the end times. Of what? We're living in the last days of the age of Pisces. Pisces is a symbol of the two fish, and this is why Jesus is called the great fisherman. The two fish. What's coming? What is the next age we're going into? Well, go to Luke in the Bible, in the New Testament, Luke 22:10. Luke 22:10, the apostles asked, his 12 followers asked Jesus, where are we to go now that you're leaving this world? Where are we to go? And he says in the book of Luke 22:10, go into the house, go into the city, and you will see a man carrying a pitcher of water. Go into the house of the man with the water pitcher. A man with the water pitcher, the house of the man with the water pitcher. Is this the house of Aquarius? Because that's the symbol of Aquarius, is a man carrying a pitcher of water.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down a road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. Love is gentle as a rose, and love can conquer anyone.
Well, how are you tonight? Is it tonight? Is it today? Is it that time? Is it no time? Is it any time? Is it some time? Do you have any time? Do you actually have any time to be listening to me babbling on and babble on as you're just sitting there? Is that what you're doing? Just sitting there? Sometimes you do need to just sit there and contemplate where you are. Unfortunately, in the rat race of today's social conditioning and the construct of where we are living in the United States of confusion and America, where it seems that we have to constantly be moving, constantly on the go gadget. If only the lonely knew not what they know now and could reset. Reset what? That time of yesteryear where you have those great memories that bring you joy and happiness and giggles. Or there's memories of sadness. If we could only go back and do it again. Well, can't you? And if you can't, why not? What's stopping you? Where is universe and you? Where do you meet? Where do you fit together? Do you feel out of place? Do you feel abstract? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're high, sometimes we're low. Sometimes we're good, sometimes we're bad. Sometimes we're evil. Sometimes we're what's the opposite of evil? Good? Bad, good, evil. If you can think of a good opposite of evil. I like to think of one, but I'm not thinking of one at this time. Right away, evil, good, good, bad. Good and bad seem to fit better. Good and evil, the battle of good and evil. So are we just wasting too much time on that right now? Where next week, next month, next year is going to be what? Some new conditioning that, oh, just a minute. It was just a minute ago. So are you talking 60 seconds? Or are you talking a couple of years? Because now I knew that I didn't know what a minute meant. I was raised and conditioned in my social constructed universe that a minute meant 60 seconds. Now it means an unknown measurement of time. Counting beans, my mistake. Being conditioned to be a human. Hue to make, to create, man. Man, what man? Who's the man? Are you the man? Definitely I am. That I am a man, because I do have a, right? So who are you? Cuckoo Kachoo? Bless you, Gesundheit. Fair in height. Is that happening again, where knowledge is going away? They're taking away the knowledge. They're deliberately dumbing us down so we can't communicate anymore, so we feel all alone. And we're yelling out into the void to see if there's anybody else there feeling like me, feeling like you.
Hey you, out there in the cold, getting lonely, getting old, can you feel me? Hey you.
In the days of darkness, men feared not the sword and the lance, nor did he fear the beast of fire. He feared
Please stand. Please stand. Please stand. I can't. They took my legs from me. What are you standing up for? For anything? Or are you just letting it go on by?
that's right. Lay down. Play dead. Be dead. That's right. Lay down. Play dead. Be dead. That's right. Lay down. Play dead. Be dead.
Don't you know? Don't you care? Don't you know I'm there? Don't you want? Don't you say? At least you have a way.
So what do we do? What state are you in? There's only 3 states that you can be in: positive, neutral, negative.
Great Spirit, grant me vision that I may not go wrong and find myself in prison of things I have not done. Teach me the secret that I might see. Fill my heart with compassion to love my enemy. Mother Earth will feed our hunger.
But what will we do for Mother Earth? we continue to do what we're doing right now, these moments that we're together, as I'm babbling on and babble on, because I'm just saying in an insane world that we need to be the action. Change is inevitable. It's going to happen. Every micro moment, every quantum segment of the cycle that we are on is bringing about change. Every breath we take, every inhale, every exhale, every beat of the drum in our chest as our heart drives our blood through its veins and arteries at record-breaking speeds in ratio to how we are at this moment. We could not survive traveling that fast, yet we do, because in the grander scale, as above, so below, Mother Earth, Aki, is traveling 1,000 miles, thousands of miles in mere moments around the sun, along with all the other heavenly bodies and entities as they travel around the sun, and as the moon travels around the earth, keeping the earth at its tilt. As we're about to come upon these occultations of the sun and the occultations of the moon, as it has before and hopefully shall happen again, because there is no absolute. There is no absolute. There is no absolute. Science is not absolute, because you can do that experiment 1,000,000 times, and that 1,000,001 time something is inevitable to change. So as we become the action of that change, because energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transferred, we manipulate the fields as we are action of change. So what is that change going to be? What state are you being in? Are you positive? Are you neutral? Are you negative? And when you make that observation, when you make that proclamation at what you are being in this moment, then you take and utilize the power of acknowledgement. Because when you stop and realize where you're at in that moment of being positive, neutral, or negative, you then make the choice of action to remain or to be the action of that change. Because if you are positive, props to you. You're succeeding. But where are you? Are you in a positiveness? Or are you fooling yourself? Because you absolutely need to be truthful, in the very least, yourself. Where are you at this moment? Here? Here? Me? Please, Degas.
Since I never had that much to start with, that's how I'm supposed to leave. It's not your fault.
Don't want no lovin', don't want no kissin', don't want no gal to call me honey. Don't want my name in the Hall of Fame. Just want a big fat pile of money. Give me...
Gold, silver and gold.
The best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. I want money. That's what I want.
We all deserve a life in hell.
Shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Evil, death. What then? Where shall we be?
Everybody wants to go to heaven. Everybody wants to go to heaven. Everybody wants to go to heaven.
Mosaic memory, frozen in time, soldered with metal from a recycled time. 10 cents well spent for the glass in my mind, now broken and grating, a second-hand find dusted off, a treasure half close to the heart, original art, one of a kind. And all you would say is we're waiting for heaven, waiting for heaven. I think we're already here. All you'd say is we're waiting for heaven, waiting for heaven. I think we're already here.
Is that where you are? Are you in heaven? Have you made heaven on earth? Have you figured that out? Will you share with me? Because I can be there for moments and periods and cycles in a state of positiveness, and more so in a state of neutrality. But when I get into negative, when I'm being negative, the negativeness can grow and grow. And it is so easy to spiral down as the negativity grows, to go deeper into the darkness where you cannot see, no light around you, in the abyss. Are you there? Are you here with me as you look in the blackness of this screen? Are your eyes screaming to give me something else? As you stare into the abyss of your screen, the blackness of the pixelation, as your black hole sun looks, Siri, why is there a black screen? Why can I not see anything but the blackness? Please stimulate my oogly googlies. I need that stimulation. So my neurotransmitters and receivers fire off and give me a bunch of dopamine as I check my status, as I check my comments, as I check my likes, my Twitter, my social media. Did somebody validate my existence? Please, oogly googlies, spark. And release that dopamine so I may feel validated. May I feel alive, that I have followers. Follow me. Who are you following? The Pied Piper? Instant gratification? False reality? As we look at the digitalized screen, are we utilizing it for its full potential? Are you just sitting there listening to me and contemplating the words that I say, or are you doing something, anything? Are you getting up? Are you standing up? Are you walking in place? Are you moving your body? Are you doing the dishes, folding clothes, your laundry, cleaning the house, taking care of something that needs to be taken care of? Or are you just sitting there begging your oogly googlies to give you the stimulation that you want in that little blackness of the screen? Fulfill my eyes with lies as we realize the real eyes of reality, VMT, television, metamorphosize to your smart TV, your smartphones, your digitalized nation, Are you really feeling something real? Are you really feeling a humane being next to you with a touch? Or are you relying on that device? Because you are giving them permission through that device to utilize your voice, which is fields, to use your images, which is fields, to put things in your ears, which is fields, and what is there between the lines of those fields. Just like they're sending and receiving electromagnetic frequencies through the cell towers between all of those fields, what else can they send and receive? You've got mail.
By the way, folks, don't feel like you have to laugh at this CD.
Hey, Peppertone! How come you've started praying? You know you don't believe in God!
I came to the knowledge that not only was religion and government corrupt, but that most sanctimonious of all institutions on the earth, the law. And if there's anything in this world that I absolutely abhor, way down deep, is anybody telling me about the law. Whose law? Where does it come from? Show it to me. Well, the policeman represents the law. Where did he get that? Where did he get that responsibility? Where did he get that authority? Oh, well, from the state. Where did the state get it? Well, they got it from the federal government. Where did the federal government get it from? Well, I mean, they got it because somebody has to be in charge. Well, somebody's going to be in charge. I think I'm going to be in charge of me.
So who is in charge of you? Are you in charge? What is your charge? Positive? Negative? Neutral? Have you found the balance? Are you in charge of your fields? Are you manipulating the fields for universe? Or are you manipulating the fields for yourself? I was so fortunate or unfortunate, I was able to take advantage of the situation. I was able to take advantage of the situation. Do I need to take advantage of the situation? Or do I take what I need and give what I can? What do we do? What do I do? What do you do? What can we do? What could we do? Any answers? Any questions? I think I have some, and I believe that you have the others. And would you conclude that together we would be able to find the answers quicker than apart? So when do we unite? When do we gather? When do we focus the beam of the illumination that we are in the miracles of existence? You, the absolute perfection of the individual entity that you are, that there is no other universe except you, and in that absolute perfection of the uniqueness, you are a miracle. And with that being as a miracle, what will it take for us to wake up and see how highly evolved we can be if we just recognize the miracles of ourselves and others, and judge me, not the entity or the miracle of perfection that I am, but the actions and the words that I say. Because if I do something or say something that upsets you, I would try to see what it is that can be attained so you are not getting upset. Because we're here together, all of us. And together is better than being apart. And you don't have to accept me, but at least tolerate me. And to do that, all you have to do is respect me. And I want your respect. Hopefully I can not only gain your respect, but keep your respect. Because I want to respect you. Because all I have to be is who I am, and through those actions you will be able to tell what state of being I am in. Positive, negative, or neutral. And in the least, if I can be, or if you can be neutral, then at least we're not feeding into the negativity, which is so absolutely easy to be in negativity. So how do we get out of it? How do we change our thought process? How do we recognize the cycle of negativity within us to make a change of action? Where are we? Are you here with me? What I see. Two eye blinded, third eye sighted. The third eyes have it.
floating in space.
Getting strong today, a giant step each day. All I want in life's a little bit of love to take the pain away. Getting strong today, a giant step each day. Now this is what it's like when worlds collide. Now this is what it's like. Now this is what it's like when worlds collide. Now this is what it's like.
Yeah, well, you would have thought so, wouldn't you? Don't go jumping to conclusions now, laddie.
Pictures of the world from space. Pictures of the human race. Some say they feel it spinning. I think it's just beginning. Whenever I'm near your flame, nothing else stays the same. Keep me in the flame.
So once again, a cycle has came and went around and around. We continue to go. Where are you stopping to get off? Do you know? Because it's gonna keep spinning unless, of course, there's a greater force than US, than us, unless we collectively gather, unify, utilize the power of manipulating fields in order to generate a better, a brighter, a more illuminated now, this moment in this cycle. We are here collectively as energy, as power, as fields, operating our own entity and recognizing the manipulation that the powers that should not be continue to try to manipulate our choices of their constructed reality. Buy Coke, buy Pepsi, iPhone, Samsung, Hulu, Crackle, Netflix, digitalize, where is the analog gone? Video killed the radio, star children, wake up to the light you are, illuminating within the confines of their social constructed, synthesized, synthetic clothing with the rubber on your feet. So you're not touching Mother Earth, you're not feeling her energy or its energy. Are you connected to what? To what? To what? Watts of energy? See the light bulb? Or are you just going to turn it off? Is it too bright for you? That's you shining. Not me. Because I am that I am, that I am, that I am, me. And you are you. Cuckoo, ka-choo, choo. All aboard. Engine number 9. What is that bright light? Don't go into the light. It was only a train. Insane in the membrane. I'm just saying, in an insane world, that we can or we cannot do this or that or the other thing. But we could do everything and anything plausible. It's possible. Because recognizing the miracles that we are, just in the mere fact that through our eyes, our pupils, our black hole sun, we recognize fields in a visual spectrum. And as those fields bounce off each other from other angles, our eyes pick up that field manipulation. And we see that which we see. And some of you that are more fortunate to have a greater visual spectrum than the most, share what you see. But be careful what you share. Because as we accelerate through these changes of the earth and ourselves and the electromagnetic fields that are being manipulated around us on all levels and by all types of entities, both good, both bad, and some just content in watching it occur. What type of entity are you? Did you do something good for yourself today? Did you pat yourself on the back today? Did you survive another day? Did you do enough today that shall be enough to give you the absolute right to be here tomorrow? Have I contributed enough this day to allow me the gift of being here tomorrow? Have pity on me and forgive me if I have not lived up to your expectations.
Someone somewhere may hear my words and understand.
Gentlemen, you're dooming yourselves. If I fail, if I wind up in hell, limbo, a cemetery, the responsibility is exclusively mine.
Here I am. So, here we still are, together. Are you getting something done? Are you wondering what I'm doing? Just here babbling on. For what purpose? Why? To feed my ego? Ego away, ego away, ego away. No. I share because I care in the hopes that you might hear something from me that makes it obviously clear to help you find a giggle, find some laugh, maybe guffaw, fart. Because if at least you just giggled, then I have succeeded. I have brought you that dopamine you were looking for. Because when you giggle, you get your pineal gland to secrete what I call giggle juice or dopamine. And that's not easy to do because of the calcification of the pineal gland is something that someone is doing, the powers that should not be. The fluorides in the water, the calcification, the carbonization of the sodas, stripping your bodies of vital minerals and vitamins as we eat the preservatives and additives that are filled with heavy metals, and the body not able to distinguish heavy metals and what should it use them for, will decide to tuck it away in your fat tissue cells. And the most incredible, remarkable fatty tissue cells are in your brain, where there is electromagnetic impulses occurring. So obviously the body is going to put heavy metals in the brain, which are going to start filling up your synapses. Short circuit. Short circuit. Are our neurotransmitters and receivers properly function, or is there an overabundance of heavy metals through the foods that we eat being deposited in our brains along with the medications that they're demanding we are all supposed to be on? From the labeling of the ADD, the ADHD, bipolar, manic. Could it possibly just be the abundance of heavy metals in our dye et tu, Brutus? Are we that full of dis-ease because of the overabundance of preservatives and additives that we consume, that we breathe in, that we're plasticizing our bodies? We plasticize our bodies and then we die. And after we die, they add formaldehyde and plasticize our bodies even more. And then they put us in a coffin. They put us in a hermetically sealed coffin. And then in that coffin, that coffin is then placed within a concrete crypt. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I don't think this is attained. When we die, we have an overabundance of additives and preservatives and a lot of synthetic petrol-based chemicals. And then they fill us with formaldehyde. And they continue to plasticize us, and then they put us in a hermetically sealed coffin. Hermetically sealed coffin. And then in a concrete crypt in the ground. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I don't think this occurs. And if this natural cycle does not occur, what happens to that energy that housed that vessel? Is that energy able to go within the collective? Or does it just wander the earth? And if it is energy, are the powers that should not be able to collect our energy, collect our souls? Because I have a theory that the power that is needed to energize the philosophers or the sorcerer's stone is our souls that they collect. By the millions through our deaths, so we can't rebirth or come back again.
Get onto the bus that's gonna take you back to Beelzebub. Let's wander slowly through the fields. Slowly, slowly through the fields.
Yeah, I can handle this stuff. I'm hip, you know?
Splendid.
What are you putting into your body to manipulate your thought process? Should you?
Have you ever watched the sun go down and you're thinking about the world spinning round? Have you ever been high as fuck? You're in the bathroom mirror talking to yourself and your dog's looking at you like you need help. Have you ever been high as fuck?
It was quite a trip,
said Hagbarge.
I feel good.
Are you a turtle?
So, if giggling creates dopamine to excrete out of your pineal gland, how is it that so does cannabis? How is it that cannabis stimulates your pineal gland? Maybe it's because in every cell of your body you have receptors for the cannabinoids. The particulates that are in cannabis, your body has little receptors, metaphorically little keyholes, and in cannabis, these particulates fit into those keyholes. And depending on how you utilize cannabis will depend on how those keyholes are turned and unblocked. I've asked my elders their opinion on cannabis, and I generally get the same answer, that everything provided to us by Mother Earth, if we utilize it in a respectful manner, then it shall harmonize in a symbiotic relationship with our being. That the spirits, the energies, the manadu of what we utilize shall make a harmonic conversion. However, if you disrespect something, that spirit, that power, that energy, that essence of that other shall consume you from the inside. So, how do you utilize cannabis? To be absolute in the truth, smoking cannabis is not very healthy for you. And I am not a fan of vaporizing the vape pens, because in my quest for the truth, the only truth I have found is that we have not been telling, or we have not been told the truth. And who is to know the honesty of those individuals that are filling the vape pens? And do you know that chemist that's making that formula for the vape pens? Do you know how they process it? What substances are utilized? However, if only we could just grow 7 plants a person, because you don't need more than that. Then we can make it in our foods, or we can put it in our, well, not the vape pens. I have tried some of the vaporizers, which are rather interesting, that kind of do a quick bake and creates a chard that you can make into brownies. Yum, yum, yum.
Appendix Yod. Operation Mindfuck. OM was originally instigated by Ho Chi Zen of the Arisian Liberation Front, who is the same person but not the same individual as Lord Omar Khayyam Ravenhurst, author of the Honest Book of Truth. The guiding philosophy is that originally proposed in the Theory of Games and Economic Behavior by von Neumann and Morgenstern, namely that the only strategy which an opponent cannot predict is a random strategy. The foundation had already been laid by the late Malaclips the Younger KSC when he proclaimed, "We Discordians must stick apart." This radical decentralization of all Discordian enterprises created a built-in random factor even before Operation Mindfuck was proposed. To this day, neither Ho Chi Zen himself nor any other Discordian apostle knows for sure who is or is not involved in any phase of Operation Mindfuck, or what activities they are or are not engaged in as part of that project.
No reason, no explanation. You just wake up and here you are.
In each generation, there is a greater or lesser interest in fantastic and marvelous events. Some expansive cultures are excited about strange world places in the times. Others have more
You can do it. You can do it. I have faith in you.
You cannot go against nature, because when you do, go against nature, it's part of nature too.
We've entered a shadow zone.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide.
So, a needle pulling thread. We continue babbling on and on and on. Have you seen the light? Is it burning bright? Is it universe? Or you're not in bed yet? Did you get all those things done that you needed to get done? You've been listening for an hour now, wondering if I'm going to get to anything juicy. If you held on this long, how deep down the rabbit hole do you want to go? I've been there many times. And I do not recommend you going down it. Not at all. There's a reason why they say ignorance is bliss. Because there are some things you cannot unlearn. Rose-colored glasses. You cannot see the blood. But who am I? Who are you? I am an entity that in this existence is hopefully about to survive my 52nd winter, as the days are weirdly getting longer. Sunrise, sunset, you should be upset if you paid attention. Thank you. Thank you. That was just off the cuff.
No play makes me a dull boy. I'll work and no play makes me a dull boy. I'll work and no play makes me a dull boy. I'll work and no play makes me a dull boy.
Did you see that thing? Did you see that thing?
What the hell are you doing?
Did you see that thing?
What the hell are you doing?
I love me, I'm wild about myself. I love me, my picture's on my shelf. You may not think I look so good, but me thinks I'm just fine. It's grand when I look in my eyes and know that I'm all mine. I love me, and my love doesn't bore. Things will get brighter. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Oh, pirates, yes, they rob I. Sold I to the merchant ship. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. But my head was made strong by the hand of the Almighty.
Do you feel that power? Put your hands up. Reach up to the sky. Manipulate the fields. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. It's there. It's here. We are. resolution, manipulating the fields, zapping them away. Pushing them gone, being the magnet. What are you attracting? Positive, negative, neutral. You are the magnet, the field, the sphere. There is nothing to sphere, but sphere is everything. Do you have it? Do you understand my meaning of the sphere? You are universe, the circle, the cycle, the two-dimensional representation of the third-dimensional sphere. And there you are in the center of that sphere, looking where for the answers at the parameter of the sphere that you created. Can you see beyond those limits of the walls that you created around you? Up and down, to the left, to the right, backwards, forwards. What have you created? Heaven or hell? Good or evil? The dichotomy of the sphere, of the ball. Where are you in orientation to the light of the sun, the light within universe? Your parameters that you constructed hold you within your center of being. Are you ready to look deeper within love without fear? And finding within your own darkness as you penetrate deeper through that darkness of being what you're afraid to look at. And once you've gone through that darkness, you will see the light within love without fear. You are here. We are here. We are here. Here. U.S. Here. Us. Here. Universe. All. Being. This moment. In the dichotomy, in the division, in the divinity, the dividity. Must we look at the divinity of ourselves? Can we not look at the trinity of ourselves? Where we decide our own existence of being, positive, neutral, or negative? Or are we distracted by the abundance of stimuli here, there, everywhere you look.
Oh, do. Maybe we could wish it all away using the power of positive thinking.
We want information. 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 Who are you? The new number 2. Who is number 1? You are number 6. I am not a number. I am a free man.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
So, in conclusion, I do not know. No, I do not know your answers to your riddles, to your questions. I can share my thoughts, my beliefs, my feelings, and the truth from my perspective. And may we find that our truths resonate with each other, and that maybe you shall teach me something, and maybe I will teach you something, because we are here to learn, to grow, to exist, to perpetuate our being. What are we being? Humans or humane beings? If you must label me, it would be a miracle. But I would rather be labeled.
Boys, it's hard. Live my life with my back. I live my life with my back against the wall. I really cannot feel anything at all. I am wrong. let's head. It's hard, it's covered, what's and flowers. It's pointed up, playing, but it's over my head. Mama's got a shotgun, Mama's got a shotgun. Mama, bigger. I could see all the universe inside you. You had eyes made of candles. In your body was a medicine bag that all the world could heal from. I couldn't help but be mystified by you. Now I'm living all alone. Where's the bag of burned bones? And I don't even know if you can hear me. And I'm only half a man without you, my friend. Fucking A, fucking A, fucking A. I can't wait, 'cause I really need you to come back, you to come back. And I can't wait, 'cause I really need you to come back, you to come back. Sometimes I dream about summer 20 years ago. Can I go back again? Winter taking days, nights filled with longer hours. Hey!
I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you.
So now that we're recognizing that we are here at this moment, what is the next course of action? What is it that you need? Maslow's hierarchy, food, shelter, and clothing. Do you have those? Do you need those? Are you able to receive those gifts? Are you asking? Are you begging? Are you utilizing the gifts that you have been bestowed upon in the entity of being healthy, physically able to manipulate your body to get something accomplished, to fulfill those needs of basic necessities, food, shelter, and clothing? If not, what is stopping you? What is hindering you? What are the challenges that are before universe to accomplish fulfilling your basic needs? Is it your ego? Do you need a job? Do you want a job? Are you willing to work, or are you just waiting for that golden ticket? The brass ring, bingo, one-arm bandit, the quick fix, that miraculous pill to get you through the day of the enslavement because you're sick of the way things are going against universe? Or are you going against universe? Or are you going against universe? Because the flow is constant and the path of resistance is always easier to travel. However, when you have the ability to create an oar or something that can steer or plot your course so you can move forward, in what state of being? Positive, negative, or neutral? Am I repeating myself? You're repeating yourself. Are you getting it? Are you understanding how simplex it is? To ride the waves, the fields, to manipulate the course as you perpetuate forward momentum. Where are you going? What's your directions? What's your bearing? What's your heading? In the center of the sphere, which way are you facing? In what orientation are you to the light? What are you orientating yourself to? Because once you know you are here and you look within and find that thought, that idea, that creation of you thinking, utilizing the tools of conceptualization, pondering within and without to fulfill your heart with bliss, joy, love, fear, hate, anger. What are you looking at? What do you see? The darkness of a digitalization, digital nation of that screen? Is it helping you? Is it hindering you? Have you got something done in this phase of being here with me, babbling on and on? How long can it go? I do not know where the conclusion shall come and go, but as long as it is still moving forward, I shall continue on. For me, for you, for we, for the offspring, for the children, for what it is that we create, our creations that we nurture and we share in the hopes and efforts that the creations that we create will help fulfill a need. Maslow's hierarchy: food, shelter, clothing, or convenience. How convenient is it for you? How convenient Is it for the people in your circle? Is it a necessity? Is it a want? Is it a need? Are we realizing that the things we want are not usually the things we need? But it makes it convenient. It makes it easier. Because we all know that life is not easy. Being cheesy. Life is what it was. As the late Bill Hicks said, it is only a ride. But is it a ride you can get off? Or is it a ride that you can manipulate and change? Do we have the ability to take those anchors of the past, our wrongdoings, that we ourselves have not forgiven ourselves for, that continue to weigh us down? How are we able to transmute those anchors into balloons? How do we transmute that lead into gold? Is that a metaphor? That lead is our souls? And the whole purpose of us entities is to transmute our lead souls into gold, into yellow, or into red, or into blue. Yellow, red, blue. The primary three. Which is your positive? Which is your negative? Which is your neutral? What frequencies do those colors vibrate at? How do you distinguish the frequencies of those colors? And then when you find between those colors secondary colors, green, purple, orange, how do those vibrate? Do they have a relationship with each other?
Change your heart. Look around you.
You hear the thunder?
All you need to do is what you've always done. Nothing. Just go along to get along. And all they need to do is what they've been doing, running your world for you. And their timetable for your demise is coming soon. Saturn and his new world order. Better wake up. This is Jordan Maxwell.
You know
So please,
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Hello, that gives you the forward thrust now. Come on, let's get a rhythm. Right, left, right, left. 1, 2, left and right, like day and night. That's what makes the world go round. In and out, thin and stout. That's what makes the world go round. For every up, there is a down. For every square,
There is a round?
yes. For every high,
There is a low?
yeah. And for every two,
There is a...
fro. Yes, fro. To and fro. Stop and go. And that's what makes the world go round. In and out. Thin and stout.
Merlin!
Oh,
Merlin!
I can see what's happening.
What?
do you see what I see? My reality? Is it?
Human being, I have chromosomes constantly splitting through the process of mitosis. Every daughter cell eats and breathes with me, so I go to the corner store regularly to purchase soda and refrigerated bacon for the bile and colon that I'm diligently making. Some monkeys eat only vegetables and fruit. Their bodies, like ours, break down their food and relinquish those parts into various tubes. Then they shit, everybody shits shit. Ours gets flushed while theirs gets thrown, and wherever it lands, more plants are gonna grow.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success.
Thank you. Miigwech. I think I've babbled on enough. What do you think? Or are you thinking anymore?
Now the night has gone, now the night has gone away. Doesn't seem that long, we hardly had 2 words to say. Hold me in your arms for just another day. I promise this one will go slow. Oh. Good night, you're coming down, but it's alright. And don't look down, there's better things for you and I.
So, this is when I placate to my ego. So you can go ahead and go, because it's things that you don't really need to know. It's not going to help you. It might help me, but I don't know, because I can't see your smiley faces, but I feel your light, because in my darkness, you are so bright. So if you want to hear me, here I am at YouTube, one word, The Megaphone Man. Or you can find me at YouTube, Anishinaabe. Or you can find me at YouTube, Cannabis Res Solution. Or you can find me right here, waiting for universe, so we can save it together. Don't forget to be positive, negative, in the least, please be neutral. Chimigwech, a pegish bimad de ziwe wien, Tootles.